Hey, what's going on? My name is Anand. In this video, we're going to be talking about conditional checks, which gives you this ability to make logical decisions based on users' input, right? So we are going to merge two things. One is input flow, where we can collect the information from user, and then based on the collected information, we can take decisions. Where do we want to take this user forward, right? So it's going to be pretty cool. If you've not already seen my video on input flow, make sure to check it out. I'm going to put it in the description below. I'm not going to go so in depth about uh, input flow because this is something which I've already covered in my previous video. But since you're watching this video, I'm going to be giving you a quick recap of the whole thing, and I'm going to take you through how you collect the information, and then based on the collected information, you take decisions further. So let me just go ahead and create a new chatbot. To create a chatbot, it's pretty simple. Go to your bot manager and click on the create button, just like how I did. Now, the first thing is, since it's a conditional check, I'm going to name it as condition check. And let's name the flow as conditional check flow as well. So this gets fired when somebody sends you a message condition check, right? And let's just save it. Now, for us to do a condition check, first thing we have to do is we have to collect some of the information from the user, and that's where we are going to use user input flow. User input flow is a tool which allows you to collect information from your user one by one, step by step, right? So the first thing that, let's say we want to collect from the user, but first of all, let me just create a new user input flow. So I'm going to call this as condition check 1. This is going to be condition check 1. Now, it should not be named like this. It is only for the sake of demonstration. What ideally you should be doing is, let's say you're collecting their credit card information. Okay, not exactly credit card information, but let's say you're collecting their shipping address or something like that. Then you have to name it properly so that, when you go to your user input flow, you can actually see, okay, this is what they have given you. So let's say if I want to name it as an address, right? We are collecting address from the user, right? So you got to name it as address, right? So it's solely for the purpose of collecting address from users, right? But now I want to just use it for, let's say, okay, let's keep it address, right? To keep things simple for you. So when you collect address, you collect plenty of things like what's your street, your landmark, your country, zip code, all sort of thing, right? So let's collect all that information step by step. So first thing we're going to ask is what's your city. Let's not go so deep and start asking about country, about the street. Let's just keep it till city, country, that's it, right? Or maybe we can ask pin code if you want to, but let's keep it as quick as possible so that we can quickly understand the fundamentals. So now once somebody says, so you're asking what's your city. Now here you need to select this as a text. Now where do you want to save this information? Do we already have option to collect city? No, right? We don't have any custom field to collect city. So what we need to do is we need to create one. So to create one, click on the add new button. This is where I can name it as city. Now this is a custom field that I'm creating here so that whatever user give me, I can save it and I can attach this to that user so that in future my agents can see, okay, this customer is coming from this city. And the reply type is going to be text, so just save it. So my custom field is created. Now if I drop down, I can select that custom field from here. Now the next thing I want to ask is, let's say, what's your country? So same thing, what's your country? Okay, so next thing what I'm going to do is I'm going to save this in country. Okay, I already have a country, so I'm not going to create one. So I can just simply use this and I can save this. So I've just collected two information, city, country, but feel free to add, collect as many information as you want, right? Once you have all the information that you needed, what you can do is you can send a thank you message. But instead of sending a thank you message, this is where I want to take a decision, and based on my decision I want to send them a thank you message. So let's say if you were collecting address to check whether these guys are from your country or not, if they are not from a country, you do not ship to them, then you can do a condition check. So you can do a condition check from here. Okay, 1 second. First thing is we have to send them a message. We can't immediately do a condition check, so we have to do thank you, and this is where we can add the condition check. So now we get an option to do the condition check, right? So now condition that I want to check is whether they come from my country or not. So let's say, okay, this is custom field, right? Because in the custom field, we have stored the country information. So if the custom field equals, let's say, India, then we can do thank you for placing your order with us. But if they're not from India, then we can say sorry, we do not deliver in your country. So it's just a one simple example to show you how the conditional logic work, right? Now you can add more questions after that. So we were only collecting address, right? Now thank you for placing your order. Now if you want to collect more information, you can always do that via user input flow. You can create another user input flow which asks further questions, and then you can make decisions based on the questions, right? You can in fact break down the whole things one by one. So instead of asking two questions, you ask just one question, put a conditional check, and then another question, condition check. So you need to have multiple input flows and multiple conditional blocks to be able to do that and take decisions. Now this decision not just can be taken based on the value, but it can also be taken based on the label which is assigned to them, right? So we can also check whether they have a label contains, let's say, support, or label equals, let's do equal support, interested in demo, or any of these. So you can check the label as support or free trial, callback, or anything like that. So if somebody has that label, do we want to, if it's true, how do we want to take this forward? If it's false, how do we want to take this forward? You can do that from here. But for now, I'm not going to do a label check. We've already done a custom field check, and you can always go ahead and create as complex flows as you want as per your business need. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. If you have any question, drop it down in the comment below. I am going to put the link of this flow in the description so you can download it from there and import it inside your flow builder and use it. All right, I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.